missile turret. I'd love to see him get an interview and his brain picked about why he went for it.
Yeah. Well, if he gets out of this one, we could see an interview with this guy. We're going into set number 2, guys. It's going to be on King Sejong Station. Will Classic pull it back? He needs 2 more wins, or will Dream be the first out of the group? Let's find out. Down here in the bottom right, in the blue, our return player, he is Dream.
And up here in the top left, we do have the Protoss player down a game. It is Classic Shinzilla.
What? We're going deeper and deeper with these names, man.
Hey, man.
Just never ends.
We're hitting gold right now, Valdez.
Oh, man.
No.
So, Classic.
Sorry, you go. I was going to say the other guy.
Classic just played very passive on this map against Zerg. I think he's got to mix it up here against Dream. That blink pressure didn't really work. Blink is pretty good on the map, this one especially, but does he want to do it again?
Well, Dream is going to be going for that CC first, which is what I was going to throw at you, Valdez. And so he might actually be forced to be more aggressive than he'd hoped for. But this early probe scout's going to do a lot for him. He's going to definitely start harassing that SCV, delaying it as much as he can. And he scouts it early enough to change up his build if he wants to and maybe go for a more of aggressive, earlier tech this time around.
See exactly how Classic decides to respond to this. Of course, like you said, first probe getting some damage down. Got to target that a little bit better there, Classic, but you'll be okay. Going to come into the main now. See exactly what the transition is. Going to see just 1 Rax for now. It's too early.
Yeah, he should be able to stick around for at least a couple more. At least a minute. See how many Braxes go down. He sees a second one. Will a third go down is the question. That's the ultimately safe CC first build where you get enough buy to deflect anything, including Blink Stalkers, pretty safely.
Yeah, I always love that build out of the turn, especially on maps like this where you have a lot of space with that CC first. It's always funny when Protoss they're like, oh, I'll just all in you. You went for CC first, and they just have so much bio.
They have like
stim so early, and they're like, oh,
yeah.
I guess I can't just do that.
I just can't do that because there's simply too many. But now, though, Dream going to be staying on 2. Obviously, had to stay keep a lot of minerals for those double orbitals as well.
Still no gas.
All right, there's the third one.
Yep.
So he's going to go super safety first.
I like it. It's still Classic back at his base, just going to put down a Nexus and eventually Cybernetics core. Won't get to see much of what he's up to for a little bit here.
Yeah, he's quite a lot of gas though, Valdez. Let's see if he's going to add, a Stalker Mothership core. He's going to throw down tech. It's going to be Twilight again.
Twilight very fast. No Mothership core.
Yeah.
Just a Stalker, possibly even to deny scouting. He's going to want that Warp Gate research anyway for pretty much any transition out of that Twilight. Could be DTs, could be Blink even. And he's got that probe in a very suspicious spot as well.
That is a cheeky spot if I've ever seen one.
Yeah.
He's got enough gas if he wants to go into DTs, he can. Does he really want to, though? He seemed like pretty content with the Blink Stalkers last time, and it is going to be Blink once again, actually.
The hard thing for Classic here, though, is we talked about this before. This is pretty much the safest build you can do as the Terran to deal with Blink. You're going to have so much bio. You put down 1 bunker, you're going to be totally set.
Well, I guess he never saw the third Rax at least, so he doesn't maybe know for sure that what could be coming is a heavy sort of bio build. He's going to try scout it now with the probe, or is he going to get into a better position for these pylons to come down? Let's see how many gateways he adds and how many Stalkers he throws at him is the next question. It could just be, buy more time while he techs up.
There's 3 gates on the way.
Yeah, that says a lot, actually.
Yeah, we're going to see a bunch of pressure coming out of Classic here.
Attempt to kill Dream early on. Dream playing very safe, already throwing down a missile turret at the front door as well. And a factory on the way.
Yeah, only now. Of course, with this build, that is the one downside. Your tech as the turn is very far behind. See another pylon going down on the right side. Eventually, that robo coming down. Could just be for observers once again.
Yeah, that's the impression I'm getting. It's just going to be another observer style. Let's see where he stops making probes and if we see a probe go anywhere near that third of Classics. But I feel like it's just simply going to be another very aggressive Blink Stalker style with a late transition, if any. He's going to start working on the back debris.
Well, actually, he's saving these Stalkers. He hasn't shown much at all.
Okay, maybe main base, actually. There's a lot of bio in the main base, so he can blink in, but he won't find too much damage.
Look at the stim. It's only starting now.
Yeah.
It's very, very late.
Still, he's got combat shields done very early. It's going to help out against
that is true.
Yeah. And Marauders are being made right now. Here we go. Here comes the first bit of aggression and blink into the main. And Dream has identified this, and he's going to be jumping on top of it.
Oh, boy. Big time work there on the left side, but it's a very nice amount of bio.
Yeah, that is way too much damage already. 3 Stalkers went down. How is he going to actually find a way in from here?
Not the damage Classic was looking for.
Yeah. Sure he was actually expecting to do the damage, not simply blink into that many bio. He's going to blink into the natural, though. This could be a good choice. Everything kind of out of position.
Nice little position here. Going to start getting to work again, just looking for damage as much as possible. Nice blink micro here. Again, stim not done. And he's trading pretty nicely there. Takes out 10 SCVs now.
That is pretty good, actually. Oh, with this double drop. It's going to mean the blink's going to come back in. That Observer saw everything.
Observer died to the missile turret.
Yeah, that's ugly. Still,
another Observer's going to see it. The probe sees it. He should be pretty aware at this point, but
here we go once again. Valdez, he's not getting the best of trade, actually losing a couple. 3, in fact, while this drop went down. This drop could actually just kite these Zealots when they're in a better place.
At the same time, 9 more SCVs go down, so
he's shaving off the SCVs, but he's going to lose a natural for this.
Oh, man.
Especially when Stim finishes. Until then, maybe not.
When the Colossus comes down, he should be okay. And
yeah.
Dream's going to pick up. And here we go. Where are the units now? He could go for that Stim. He's not paying attention. He wants to go for the SCVs instead.
Oh, if he got the Stim,
that would have been huge.
That would be insane. And he's actually fighting with the SCVs with no bio behind them, so a little bit of a waste of movement there.
11 more SCVs go down, but again, another drop coming in. Colossus a little bit out of position. But again, he will be able to clean this up.
Main base is completely exposed, by the way. If he decided to drop into the main, he could just do so much probe damage. And once again, Dream's going to move out in the map. He wants to go for this counterattack he's been waiting for. That Observer sees it. Will be forcing these Stalkers to come back in and do more.
Takes out that SCV that was going down to make that CC at the third.
There goes a lot of Stalkers.
Again, probably not worth it. Do you have 2 Colossi already out on the map? But no upgrades. Just straight units here from Classic.
Yeah, Classic actually doing a lot more SCV damage once again. But this one's pretty committed. He might even want to... Yeah, there we go. Recall out.
Nice.
And that could be the trick. Dream's going to go for the hardcore counterattack. He's going to be up against 2 Colossus. Third one on the way.
And he doesn't have range, does he?
I don't think so. Not currently. Can't check with this observer. This observing layout. He's going to actually target the first Colossus. It nearly went down.
Ooh. And a big blink forward at the same time. Pretty confident to hold this off. Nice little splits here from Dream, but there's too much Protoss, it looks like.
Yeah, just a
tad.
Just a little bit more than he expected, perhaps. But this is 1-1 buyer. Actually very heavily committing for that Colossus. Big mistake.
Tried to pull off Amaru. Kind of failed at it, but now a lot of Stalkers in the front, again with no upgrades. Finally takes out that Colossus. And now he's taking good trades.
Yeah, now he's taking good trades. streaming more bio across the map. If we saw a blink forward, he could lose all these Stalkers, but he's smart enough not to. Gonna go for the Colossus once again with a few Marauders left over.
Might be able to do it. 1 health. Oh, it lives.
No, 1 health.
Really messy game this one has been.
Very scrappy. I think I give the advantage to Classics. No, actually to Dream, because that third base is about to finish.
He's got that third base coming up. He still has 1-1. Classic, he's stuck back here on 2 base, trying to make more and more Colossi, but Dream is going to have a fine economy here. He's going to be able to get a ton of Marauders out here to deal with those Colossi. He's not really going into Vikings. Well, I guess he will, but yeah, I mean, he's just going to have all the answers here for what Classic's doing, I think.
Resetting that Colossus count just helps out so much as well. It's going to make it so much easier. He doesn't have to transition to Vikings anytime soon. He can stay on Medivac, so he's got a very healthy number. These Blink Stalkers have just been ridiculous this whole game.
Yeah, they've been really, really nice. Classic trying to channel a bit of Hero. Maybe he's been watching those games.
Well, all Dream has to do is scan and kill that Observer, and the pressure stops, essentially. Here we go again.
Nice micro there, by the way, on the attacks. If you'll notice, he bursted one down nearly, but then he split the attacks. Classic's been practicing his Blink micro, that's for sure.
Yeah, he's looking great with it. Still hasn't dealt with this Observer. If only he knew Valdez.
Well, he's got to know, right? They're not just magically jumping up there. Like.
For all he knows, they could be, but he just hasn't dealt with the Observer.
Yeah. I like what Dream's doing, trying to cut off these Blink Stalkers. They can't blink forever.
Oh, no, this is an idea, and he's spotted them. Not enough bio there to really chase him down completely.
And he'll be able to blink away.
Now, Dream is kind of all over the place right now. He's going to be running into the army in the middle of the map.
Oh, look at this. Vikings all alone. Going to take out 2 for free. Ugh. Oh, and DT's coming out.
Dream is all over the place right now. All over the middle of the map. Unbelievably thought out.
Look at these DTs. There's 1 turret in the natural, but there's nothing at the third.
What? They're just standing there. What is their plan? I guess
he's trying to bait out some scans, but he could be doing so much damage at the third. Now he's going to be like, oh, you actually have nothing there.
Well, same time, here we go at the front. Oh, Viking goes down again. That's 3 Colossus. Oh, stopping the Time Warp from going down. You might want to use some SCVs to actually buffer for this.
These Colossi still don't have range. Oh, look at this. The Marauder flank. All of these Colossi are going to get sniped.
But there's DTs on top of the army as well. Where are the scans?
He just dropped so many mules at the third base. I guess he just doesn't have them. There we go. Nice little pickup. But the Blink's coming in. They snipe a full medevac.
Now, that was a big mistake. He might actually have enough reinforcements to clean this up regardless, but he's losing so many SCVs.
And still, look at this. This DT is still doing so much damage. Another no scan.
He has actually another scan right now. There we go.
There we go.
I'll use it now. That force field.
This is like the scrappiest game I've ever seen.
This is insane. And 5 more DTs just got warped in, by the way. 5 more.
Oh, you got to split them up. He's going to lose 2.
Dream has to finish his missile turret now. He cannot afford to wait.
One of those DTs sneaking over to the third base, and I believe there's still no defense over there.
No, currently, he's going to have to pull his SCVs, and DT going to sneak into the main base as well, where there is no turret, by the way,
look at that.
except for at the production.
Okay, nice turret there. DT at the third base still killing so much. Classic running out of mining in his main.
Yeah, I actually think Dream has stabilized from here. He's actually fought him off. He's getting rid of all the Stalkers. His, I think, more than anything else, he's behind in workers. So his supplies are, in terms of army supply, he's in favor of.
And he still has 3 orbitals, so he will eventually have scans, and he finally got some missile turrets down at the natural, too.
Just needs one for that third base, and he will have a clear lead in economy. But he wants to kill. He wants to end this right now, while there's only 1 Colossus with this army.
Gonna lift that orbital. Still no third base coming down from Classic. He has to hold this off first. First line of defense. Again, those Colossi, no range. But again, still a lot of Protoss. Going to force out a scan here to deal with that DT in the front.
Yeah, he's going to trade with these Zealots. Simply too much DPS behind them there. He's not going to find the kill.
Oh, this is so dangerous. He's going to get that medevac.
He gets the wrong one, essentially. If he went for the other two, he would have been getting a lot more units behind it.
Dream, he lifts that orbital, and now he has no mining at that third. The natural is nearly mined down, as is the main. Still has more mining than Classic, though. Classic has to go for that third base. Yeah,
funnily enough, Dream just investing in medivacs right now, deciding not to go back into Vikings. Kind of surprising. If he added, 6 to 8 more Vikings with his composition, he could just fight this army outright and not really worry about the Colossus. GT. Gonna get the SCV. But that missile tower will go up, and he should be fine from here.
Yeah, Dream finally beginning to add those Vikings here. I guess for a while, he just wanted to remake that medevac count. I feel like he knew he had a lot of space. And he's like, okay, I can just go for this first. A nice little snipe there with the DT.
Oh, finally the Thermal Lance on the way for the Colossus. So he will have that range.
22-minute Thermal Lance timing.
Yeah, it's a good time to get it. better late than never, they say.
Yeah.
Scouts out the army as well with that Marine, so he knows the kind of composition he's up against. He knows all he has to do is make Vikings. And this DT just hold positions as the army passes by.
It's almost like an observer DT. doesn't even attack.
Could just run in and start trading as well now.
That's actually really smart. He waits until all the army units come by, and he's going for this turret.
4 Marines could help out here.
Yeah. I think he should have just gone for SCVs.
Oh, he's going to scan for it. Wow. Now.
So, Thermal Lance on the way, but not yet done.
Not yet done. Now comes the time of reckoning, essentially. It's a lot of sentries with this army. 6 sentries, a lot of force fields. Is that going to be enough to only 3 Vikings currently?
Yeah. Look at this spread on Dream's army. I think he's looking to crunch in on this Protoss army. Nice hallucination. That's another use for those sentries that he's got in the army. Scan coming in, trying to come from both sides.
Oh, this is looking good for Dream. He's got a nice wrap around there. The Vikings still doing work on the Colossus.
And
the Colossus is gone.
Yeah, the Colossi not really hitting the right side of the army for a long period of time. And now it's just Colossi and sentries. And that's not the composition you want. It looks like Dream's going to push forward and take out all the rest of the Colossi and the Protoss army. Dream looking to take this last game. And GG. Dream will move on.
Very nicely done from Dream. 2-0ing his teammate. Finally a smile on his face.
Well, I'm sure he's felt a lot of relief getting out of this group. Not the strongest group out of the 4, but still a very strong group.
Not the strongest play either from these 2 guys. They went real scrappy, man.
Oh, that was a really fun game, though. There was action the entire time.
It was fun, but it was getting messy.
Oh, yeah.
So that was good. That was fun. Very back and forth. I couldn't tell who was going to win that till the very end.
Yeah. Really interesting style, too, from Classic. Just super heavy, aggressive harassment style. Not even going for the Thermal Lance for so long, but making some Colossi to hold on back at home while harassing and hitting the back door while Dream tried to push out. In the end, it just wasn't enough. He wasn't able to get enough of a lead with it, I feel. And once he lost mining at his main, he had to transition, and he lost so much of that aggressive harassment, and from there Dream was easily able to just say, okay, let me get up a good bio ball and I can crush this guy.
Yeah, there was just not much of a transition in both games from Classic after going for that Blink Stalker. They were just simply too late.